Gintama, the story of samurai, aliens, and the Japanese historical figures that have to deal with them. The tales of the odd jobs Yorozuya are extensive, as the original manga run of Gintama lasted over a decade. In that time, there's a few things that may have slipped under the radar of even the most dedicated fans. So, here's 5 things you need to know about Gintama. If you've watched the show, you're aware of the Shinsengumi, the special police force dedicated to tracking down terrorists and enforcing the law. You may also know that the Shinsengumi was a real organization, an actual special police force designed to patrol the streets of Kyoto and defend members of the shogunate. Although what you might not know is that the characters in Gintama are actually all named after actual members of the Shinsengumi. Kondo Isao, the leader of the Shinsengumi in the show, is named after Kondo Isami, an actual commander of the Shinsengumi in history. Likewise, his second in command in Gintama, Hijikata Toshiro, is named after Hijikata Toshizo, Kondo Isami's actual vice commander. Being set in the Edo period, many characters from Gintama are based on historical or folkloric characters. The character of Sakata Gintoki was partially inspired by Kintaro, a Japanese folk hero who was incredibly strong as a young boy and raised by a witch. Legend has it that when he became a retainer for a legendary samurai, he changed his name to Sakata no Kintoki, which is actually the name of the android replacement for Gintoki in one of Gintama's story arcs, because of course it is. There is also an actual character named Kintaro, but it has nothing to do with the legend. The Gintama anime and manga is known for its lewd, crude attitude, and many fans consider that one of its greatest features. Fans also know that this characteristic is true even for Kagura, the member of the Yorozuya with an innocent face and a killer punch. Fans are probably familiar with how crass she can be in the series, but they might not know that Kagura is the first female lead in a Shonen Jump manga to be depicted throwing up. While a lot of female leads are shown as the sensible, level-headed and ladylike of the bunch, Kagura is as much of a shitlord as the rest of them. Instead, the role of the straight man to the other's antics is Shinpachi, who attempts to keep the show on track, but he was actually originally created to be a member of the Shinsengumi. As we mentioned before, the Shinsengumi and Gintama all have names based on the actual members of the actual Shinsengumi special police, and part of Shinpachi's name comes from Nakagura Shinpachi, a former captain in the Shinsengumi. His family name Shimura, however, comes from Ken Shimura, a notable Japanese comedian. Gintama is known for its parodies of anime, international pop culture, and especially Japanese pop culture. The show makes many direct references and parodies to current and historical Japanese figures, but one time it may have landed them in trouble with the Japanese government. In 2011, an episode aired that parodied public service announcements from the Advertising Council of Japan, and featured a politician character named Renho, which may have been a reference to the then Minister for Government Revitalization, Renho Murata. The Japanese TV channel ATX announced that the episode was pulled at the request of the original broadcaster, TV Tokyo. The newspaper Mainichi Shimbun reported that TV Tokyo was contacted by a representative of the affected party over the defamatory nature of the episode, which Gintama supervisor Shinji Takamatsu vehemently denied. Because the episode is part of a major arc, it's still available to watch online, but the characters are blocked out and their names are bleeped. Honestly, it's kind of surprising they don't have to do this more often. Thanks for watching OTAQUEST in Japan. Feel free to subscribe to find out more about the art and creation of Japanese pop culture.